Hello and welcome to the urban farm on the valley. In this episode we're going to be trying to fix up our problem that we ended the last episode off with a sweet bakery. So I've brought up some strawberries to load into the bakery, and straight away I can see one of, if not the problem. Can you notice it? Can you see what it is? There we go. So what has happened is they've switched the delivery point and the collection point around compared to the clothing factory. Because they were so similar, I've just presumed that they were the same. And there we go. First things first, able to offload the strawberries straight away. That should mean that we can offload everything else, but we're going to find out now. I don't foresee any real problem. First of all, what we'll do is we'll just put this pallet of clothing that has been produced into the store. It's over there. We might as well just get that sorted out, tidy it up. So I think we're getting up to, yeah, that's the 7th one. We'll have to have a quick look there in the next working day to see where the pricing is right. But I think we're still a little ways off the optimal price for clothing. Right, so let's go and see. Let's see if we can get the milk into the bakery. Yeah, sometimes just leaving things for a little while makes the problem evident. And of course that means we do have 3 pallets of bread which we can take up to the county store sometime during the course of this episode. There we go. Let's just get this done. Get this into the offload trigger point. I'm sure the modder chuckled with glee when he decided to switch them around, wondering how many times people are going to say, "Oh, it doesn't work, it doesn't work." I fell right into that one. Not sure I would have just automatically come around and tried. I'm not sure if I didn't drive around and try. I don't think I did, because it probably would have worked. But there we go. The milk hasn't taken. Okay, I think I've got an idea. Let's just see if the others load. If the others are taken by the production unit first of all, before we overreact. But the milk definitely hasn't taken. Maybe it's outside the trigger point, I don't know, we'll find out. Let's have a quick look and see. Let's see if the sugar takes. Yeah, the sugar's taking, so that's not a problem. So there's some reason why the milk's not good taking. Maybe it's because it's in an RBC. I've got a plan for that. Let's just push it along. Maybe it's just not in the trigger. No, but I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. Yeah, I think I've got a solution for that. We'll sort that out a bit later. Stay tuned to find out how I fix that little problem. In the meantime, let's get the rest of these inputs into the bakery. So some more sugar going in. We've got the chocolate and we've got the butter to go in as well. Yeah, well, at least I think I've got the problem licked. I think it's sorted. Still a minor problem with the milk, but I'm confident that I have a workaround for that. If I haven't, then we're back to square one really, because I think milk is needed for a lot of the productions. But we'll see. Let's not stress about it right now until we've given the solution a try. So this is the butter. See if we can get all three at the same time. Should be able to. Yeah. The young Heinrich does it again. Yep, no problem with that going in. So we're getting stock now. We're getting things going. Shouldn't be long before we've got this up and running, and hopefully making some. Well, we're going to make some return on our investment when we deliver the bread. Let's get the chocolate in. So we still need eggs. We haven't got eggs, so we'll have to pop over and must probably buy in some eggs. I don't know whether we'll have time in this episode to get the egg farm started, because I think I'm going to buy that piece of land with all the weeds are there and start the egg farm up there. I don't want to use the eggs from the riverfront property, because those eggs were intended to be sold in the country store and also the farmer's market. Right, let's go and pick up some flour. Oh, there's a full thing of cotton. Sidetrack, side quest. We'll go and deliver this quickly to the clothing company. Otherwise, I'll forget. Let's get it in so we can keep the clothing company operating for as long as possible. Until the sheep stop. Until the sheep start breeding and our stock, at least our flock, gets bigger. Yeah, you can see there. I love it. I love it when the modders set us little challenges, whether intentionally or not. Well, I don't think there's any real reason why it should have been changed. But yeah, not a problem. It's been sorted. As I say, I just don't think I would have thought about it in the last episode while I was doing it, just because I was in the wrong mindset to do it, I suppose. A couple of things of flour into the bakery. So any surplus flour from the mill in the riverside property will also come over here. Why do I try and put this on top? It's always a little bit difficult to unload. There we go. It's done now. Don't know why I didn't just put it in front and double load it that way. Just trying to make things difficult. Yeah, so this little area is starting to take shape. We've still got to fill in all the gaps and get rid of all the animal mud. But that shouldn't take too long to do. We'll get that sorted out as we go along. Make it look a little bit better. A couple of things we still have to do. Right, we've got another batch of flour to bring in. So once we've got this up and running, there's a dedicated sale point for the product that comes from that, which looks very good. And we'll set up one in the farmers market in the main town, and I think we'll create a little farmers market area out here as well, as I mentioned in the last episode, to service the two villages that this property is between. So I think there's enough trade down here to get another little operation going. But yeah, options, that's what you want. Places to sell. Right. There we go. Trying to make ourselves things difficult for ourselves. That's the problem. So normally when I offload onto a trailer, so I tip it a little bit forward and then I find it releases easier. But of course when you put it on something else, it's not as stable, so you want to be a little bit more careful. But yeah, you'll see very soon I'll realize that there's an easier way to do this. Oh dear. Persistent, if nothing else. It wasn't so frustrating at the time, it's actually very funny. Did you see the flashlight? Or the bulb light just come on? And we still can't get it on straight. Oh dear. It's when things go wrong, you just kind of lose the plot a little bit, don't you? I love it. In any case, it's done. We'll remember for the next time. Or will we? We'll see. Mustn't forget to close the door to the shed. Or we'll probably will when we repark the forklift in there. Yep. So that's all floured up. So it's just the milk and eggs we need to get as well. The eggs I don't foresee any problem with. Just want to put a bit of a workshop in down here because we're going to have some machinery down here. I want it out the way a little bit. Don't want the workshop front and centre. I think if we put it in the back corner here, there's enough room still to walk, to maneuver around the clothing factory. Yeah, that's fine. Right, so what I want to do is just take the sides off here. That's pretty much what created the need for a workshop, is just to customize the trailer so that we can put the bread onto it and take the bread up to the store, and then we'll go and pick up some eggs. Just put down a bit of a concrete slab here so that it's not driving across and messing up the grass with oil dripping all over it. Yes, I think we'll eventually concrete over most of this area, except of course for the animal areas Just soften those square edges. That's working out quite nicely. Yeah, just softens it out a little bit. Right, let's get this trailer sorted out. Still got the problem of we're going to have to change our hurleyman somehow. I don't quite know how I did it, but I bought the petrol version or the diesel version instead of the electric version. But we'll use the diesel that we have in there first before we sell it. And then we'll have to buy it, or we'll trade it in on a new one. It's going to cost us a bit of money. But you've got to pay for it when you make these mistakes, one way or another. I do like this little workshop. It's not hugely expensive. It's not cheap. I think it's 30 grand. It's quite nice. It looks like a workshop. It's got a little bit of parking space next to it. Right, we'll just give that a clean. It's another strange thing. I'm sure I had one of these handheld washers, power washers, but that seems to have disappeared somewhere along the line. So I had to buy another one of those. Suppose we had some visitors to the farm that appropriated my power washer. Actually happened to us on our farm. We had this very big, powerful power washer for use somewhere in our cheese room. I can't remember exactly. It's probably to clean the cheese room out. And we had a chain to our silo, one of our silos, and came out one morning, been working in the cheese room. No, I hadn't been working, I'd been working on the, I think we'd been baling or something along those lines. Got back, power washer gone. Chain cut, power washer gone, in and out. So it does happen that things go missing on farms. I mean, you don't want to say it's your fault when somebody comes and nicks something from you or steals something from you. But it was visible from the road, and I think that's kind of where somebody had been watching it, seen it there and thought, well, we'll have that. It's of course very easily saleable. But it was a good couple of grand's worth of power washer, that. In any case, that's a while ago. I digress. Get the bread loaded up, and we'll take it out to the country store. That's where most of our plain bread will be sold, although I suspect we'll be pretty much overstocked on it. I didn't notice at the time that another pallet had spawned. In any case, we'll sell that tomorrow. And I'll see the fresh produce I want to sell, either on the day that is produced or the next day. Let's get this all strapped up and we'll see you at the country store. There we go, at the country store. Get that bread delivered. It's a nice little amount. It's actually more than I thought it was going to be. I like that. Right, so let's get up to the store and go and buy the eggs. I'm also going to buy a liquid trailer, and you'll see how I'm going to use that when we get back to the industrial area. So I'm just going to buy this cheap, my go-to liquid trailer, nice and cheap, 2,500 euros. Does a good job, has a fair capacity, 10,000 litres, and can do most jobs. As I've mentioned before, the only drawback is that it has no brakes on the trailer, so it does tend to push you around a little bit when you're full, but you've just got to deal with it as and when it happens. And I'm sure we can do this as a bit of a land train. In fact, I know we can. Hook it up, nice and easy. I think we'll get 4 pallets of eggs, take those into the bakery. We're going to have to work out our levels of what we need, of how much we need, how much we use in the sweet bakery. But if we put a little bit in just to get started over the next couple of episodes and the next couple of months, in-game months, etc., we'll be able to find out what our levels are. We'll also be able to work it in with what our productions are. So we will eventually be supplying our own eggs, our own wheat for the flour, and or wheat or barley, any product that can be ground down into wheat is what we'll plant and alternate with. Luckily the egg pellets are light enough to be able to hand load. The only problem with the industrial area really is that it's pretty far away from our main farm. So we are spending a little bit of time travelling between the two, and that's why I want to establish the industrial area having its own equipment. Where possible, of course, expensive stuff like, it's all expensive stuff, but really expensive stuff like combines and that type of stuff. If we have any fields down that way, we'll have to be, well, at the moment we're leasing them. We're getting to the stage now where it's not beyond the realms of possibility that we buy our own combine. Right, let's get that strapped up and off we'll go. And we'll see you back at the industrial area this time. And offload those eggs. And I'll be able to show you what I bought the trailer for. Because of course we do have a water trailer already out here. But the water trailer was not suitable for what I wanted to do. Offload these eggs first. It doesn't look like they're offload. Well, they might just be outside the trigger area. That's probably it. Now we'll see what the trailer's for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load the milk into the trailers, and hopefully, I don't know for sure, but I think it'll work. We'll be able to offload the milk from the trailer. So we'll go around the corner and we'll load those up. The 2 IBCs here as well. Fantastic. Well, nothing really fantastic about being able to load up a milk trailer. It's one of the reasons why I like this trailer for the price, is that it has an element of versatility in it in terms of being able to do water and milk. Right, let's see if there's eggs take first of all. They do easily, no problem. And the milk now. Yep, there we go, problem solved. So we've got everything into the sweet pastry bakery except for the raisins. And the raisins will come in the next episode, because we've got plenty of raisins up at the grape processing plant, so we'll go and pick those up tomorrow, 2nd of March. And this whole little system, this whole little train fits very nicely next to the workshop undercover. So all in all, a pretty successful operation. There we go, everything showing except for the raisins. And I think that's where we're going to end this episode. So a solution has been found. Our sweet pastry production is up and running, except for the raisin bread. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode. Cheerio.